Hello, great. Thanks very much, Isabel. Yes, I just want to talk to you all today about my experiences as an early career freelancer during lockdown. Next slide, please. So I graduated in December 2017 with a master's in preventive conservation from Northumbria University. I completed an internship at the University of Edinburgh Centre for Research Collections in December 2018, and I recently completed a year-long ICON internship with National Trust for Scotland. In November 2019, I set myself up as a freelance preventive conservator and made the bold step of registering as a sole trader with HMRC. I then spent 6 months building my portfolio, working on projects, and building up client relationships. Next slide, please. And then lockdown was announced in March. So what did this mean for me as a freelancer? Well, the immediate impact was that all my current projects were either cancelled or postponed indefinitely. I had a few outstanding quotes that were either declined or just not responded to, all of which led to an immediate loss of income. Institutions and client offices where I had been working were starting to close, and my contacts with clients were starting to become really limited. In some cases, I had limited or no contact with clients after the initial shutdown, all of which left me really unsure of which staff and colleagues were working from home or were furloughed. Next slide, please. So how did lockdown change freelancing? Well, for me, it immediately made me reprioritize what I wanted to achieve as a freelancer. And this led me to reassess my freelance work from a business perspective. I evaluated my finance to date in those first 6 months of working, and also did a review of the accuracy of my estimates versus the time I actually worked on projects, which is all freelancers know is really important to get right. I also had to give myself time just to adjust and de-stress to the new situation, to accept that it was okay to feel stressed and confused and sense of loss, and also give myself just to take a break from work and from conservation for a little bit, and then come back and really decide what it meant to me to be a freelancer during lockdown. Next slide. So during lockdown, I've really focused on the business planning aspect of my freelance work. We've been a first year doing self-assessment tax return, and I'll be in the lucky position of not having to rush to complete it at the last minute. And I've really focused on funding applications, researching and applying for all grants and bursaries that I was eligible for. I've also focused on professional development and was able to identify gaps in my CPD, catching up on all the reading materials that have been piling up over the last 18 months, and attending webinars and online classes. One of the most important aspects of this during lockdown has been becoming more involved in the wider conservation community. I feel this is really important as a freelancer, just to maintain contact with other conservators. I don't have a built-in network, not being based in an institution. So I've been more volunteering for more events and webinars like today, and putting myself forward when opportunities have arisen. So I've recently become the new editor for the ICON Care Collection Committee, which I'm really excited about. And also just allowing time for hobbies and skills, just to build up manual skills and help me keep up my manual dexterity. Next slide, please. So that was the last 3 months. But what happens over the next 3 to 6 months? So now, as our sites and institutions are starting to reopen, I'm starting to think of the future as well. Where do freelancers fit in the planning? Will projects that have been planned go ahead? There'll obviously be quite a lot of budget restrictions for institutions and clients as they reopen, due to loss of income and changing circumstances. Also, institutions and clients have been announcing some potential redundancies. Where does that leave staff, contacts, and colleagues at these places? Is there enough work to continue on a freelance basis in the short term and the long term? Where does that leave freelancers going forward? I don't have the answers to these questions, but I feel they're important to ask and to be part of the conversation. In the meantime, I want to stay safe, keep positive, and keep being part of the conversation. Thank you very much.